Well, cardinals, they're so beautiful. They provide a bright pop of color. Our otherwise white and gray landscape this time of year really needs, and you can find plenty of them on the Grow with Care page. Some beautiful photos we have there. Of course, not all birds go south for the winter. We have some that stay all winter long, just like us. I'm joined now by Lisa Keitel. She is a master naturalist here in Minnesota. We're talking winter birding, and you came prepared. Binoculars.
I brought my binoculars.
Yeah.
They go with me everywhere.
Oh, like a true master naturalist would say. Well, first up, we want to talk about places you can go. Maybe you want a little winter road trip, some good sites in our state where you're bound to see birds. Where would you recommend?
Well, in addition to your backyard, if you have a feeder, one of the hot spots in Minnesota is called the Sax-Zim Bog. It is north and a little bit west of Duluth.
It's like a couple hours, right?
Couple hours away.
Yeah.
And it is designated an important bird area. The habitat there is perfect for all the far Arctic species. They come south for the winter, but as far south as they come is northern Minnesota. I think that's pretty funny. So there are species like the great gray owl, the northern hawk owl, and several grosbeaks, the pine grosbeak and evening grosbeak, that come south and they end up in northern Minnesota. It is such a hot spot that people from around the world will come to northern Minnesota in January and February to see these birds. Much easier to get to northern Minnesota than to the northern Arctic to find them.
That is cool. I had no idea that variety you just listed off, that was all available in Minnesota if you're willing to drive a couple hours north.
Absolutely.
Make a little trip out of it. Hey,
yeah.
But you don't have to. Of course, you could just watch whatever birds come to your backyard. How do you make it more enticing for them?
Having a good feeder setup is really delightful. It's important to remember that you're using your feeders to bring the birds closer to you. You're not needing to help them survive. The food they get from the feeders is supplemental. So if it goes empty for a day or two, don't panic. One of the best seeds for most birds is called black oil sunflower seeds. Almost all the birds that hang around in Minnesota in the winter will eat that. One of the really fun things that has just been published is the chickadees. We have black-capped chickadees. And there are species of chickadees that will take their food and then they fly away from the feeder to eat it or to store it for later. They have found that chickadees' brains get larger in the winter. That is so they can enhance their visual spatial memory so they can remember the thousands of places that they have stored these seeds, which helps them survive the cold winter.
So you're more likely to see them here in Minnesota all winter. That is fascinating. I want to ask you real quickly again about that seed you mentioned in particular. Yeah. Black oil sunflower seed, is that it?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And that's particularly good for winter?
Good for winter, good for all birds.
Okay.
There are specialized seeds that you can get, particularly for finches or for other birds. But if you just have one feeder and want to get a variety of birds, the black oil sunflower seed is really a good mix to have.
Some good tips. I want to check out the Sax-Zim Bog, that's for sure. All right, well, Lisa, thank you so much. We appreciate all your knowledge and insight, and bringing your binoculars along, of course.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yeah, we have some links to learn more about everything you just heard, all of Lisa's topics. That is up at KARE11.com. Just click on the Saturday show. Thanks again, Lisa.
You're welcome.